Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is HowFast. I've been keeping something from you guys. A couple months ago there, I finished the suspension and brakes on Hildi, and I never put her interior panels back in. They've actually been sitting over here. I just moved them out of the way now. But there was a reason for it. I'm sorry to keep that from you, but there was a reason for it. She's been making kind of a funny noise in the back, and I wanted to kind of assess it a little bit better. After driving her a bit more, I've come to the conclusion I think she's got a bad bearing, and it's pretty cold outside. I don't want to do this out in the driveway, so I have to move Dodgey either out or over, and I don't want to move him out because it is honestly a lot of work by myself. So the plan is I'm going to move Dodgey over here as close to this door as I can, and then I'm going to move anything that's along that wall that's sticking out more than 2 feet, and I'm going to put it up here, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to make room. I've done some measuring. I think I should be able to fit Hildi in over here and give myself at least a couple feet of room to work. So I'm going to set up the camera. There's going to be a bit of moving here. I got to move everything around, but you guys can follow along and see what I can do about getting Hildi into this garage. So in the last video, you guys probably saw that we got these rolling wheel dollies from my dad. So thanks so much, Dad, because now there is like literally, gosh, 6 feet, 7 feet between the cars. And so much room now that I can tuck Dodgey over here. And I mean, definitely enough to get the tire off and get all of the suspension components off of this thing. I have to take the entire hub off, take the hub and bearing assembly over to my good friend Randy, and we're going to press it out, press in the new one that I've got. So this was just the beginning of what I can only imagine is going to be a bit of a series, probably a two-parter. The whole taking everything off and then pushing out the bearing and getting everything back in. Should be a couple days worth of work. So I'm going to get started on this right now. caliper and the carrier, and we're going to take off the rotor, but
we're also going to have to take off all the suspension arms and all the connections to the back because we want to take this whole hub off. What is going to happen is we're going to get down to a point where we need to take this axle nut off, and I don't have that socket. So I'm gonna have to go either buy one or rent one. So I'm gonna get us that far today, and then I'll get the tool we need, and then I'll proceed to take that off. We should be able to get the whole hub off, and what we'll be doing is we'll be pressing out this bearing from the back side and then pressing this new one in, and making sure we have put it in the right way, and then we'll just be reassembling everything. Sounds easy, not terribly though.
Alright, so I've got all the brakes off. So basically there are 6 arms and a brake sensor and the e-brake cable that need to come off. So I'm going to get started on those. But as I mentioned, the last piece of the puzzle will be this, where I'm going to have to go pick up a socket or something for that. I think it's a 36 mil. I don't know. I'm going to measure it up. I'm going to read up on it and figure out which one it is. But I'm sure I don't have it. So whatever it is, I'll go get it and then pull this whole hub off.
This little nut here is giving me a problem. That's for the sensor, and it's round. I mean, I don't know if it's supposed to be. I think it's an Allen key, but I'll tell you, I can't find an Allen key that fits in there nicely, and it's obviously all corroded. So I'm gonna have to fight with that thing after I get a little bit more access back here. So that's the beginning of my problems.
All right, guys. As anticipated, I need to go get a 36 mil socket, 12-point socket to get that axle nut off. I obviously don't have that. Closest one, over an hour away. So, let's hit the road. Well guys, unfortunately I have kind of been led astray by a couple of forums and videos. They claim that the axle nut on Hildi here is a 36 mil. Now, you guys just saw. It's not a 36 mil. I can tell you, this thing just absolutely is not touching any teeth or anything. That's way too big. And another forum says, oh, it's either a 36 mil or a 30 mil. Well, here's a 30 mil, and it clearly doesn't fit on there either. Too small. These are $20 sockets. And as you can see, I've not even removed the plastic that's stuck in the drive. I'm hoping I can return these because they don't fit. So what I've done, of course, I've ordered a set of 32, 33, 35, and 36 mil deep 12-point impact sockets. Rare to find. I couldn't find them. Those two, believe it or not, I actually found at Princess Auto, which is like a Harbor Freight over here. And that, like I said, 20 bucks a piece. I was shocked that they had those, but guess what? They're not the right size. So, hopefully, I'm hoping I have those new sockets coming into my friend's house, and hopefully they'll be here tomorrow. Tomorrow's the plan. Hopefully they'll be here tomorrow. And when they get here, I will continue working on this. So, changing the axle bearing on an E90 BMW, not an easy task. As I'm getting deeper into this, I'm realizing I'm regretting this one. But you know what? It's got to be done. I'm not going to pay someone the labor to do this when I can do it myself. So, we're going to keep working on that, and hopefully with any luck, I'll catch a break, and one of those sockets I got coming in is going to fit. If it doesn't fit, we're going to have to get surgical. And I don't want to do that. So, fingers crossed, we'll figure out a way to get that nut off. Bummer. Unfortunately, guys, that's going to do it for today's episode. You know, I don't usually like to leave things half finished here, leave an episode off half finished, but this is definitely a project that's taking a little bit more time than I expected. But it will get done. We're going to keep moving forward. Like I said, though, I do have to drive to Windsor to press out that bearing. There's going to be some changes coming around here, but possibly some changes coming around here. Some of you will like it, some of you will not, but you'll understand why in the near future. Also, I wanted to try something new for 2021. Only you guys who stick around till the end of the videos will get this. So I wanted to try something fun to see if I can get you guys to interact with me a little bit more. And I was thinking about some trivia, HowFast trivia. So what I'd like to do is, at the end of every video, I'm going to ask you guys a question. And at the end of the next video, I'll give you the answer and I'll ask you a new one. Now, these are going to be car-related trivia because obviously we're an automotive channel. And I want to try and keep it not just so domestic, not just North American. We're going to go right across the world. So there are going to be some ones on here. Some of the questions I'm going to ask you guys are going to be a little bit more difficult, but I think you will be able to come up with them. Now try not to Google the answer. I'm sure it's going to be really tough because everyone wants to just jump to Google, but if you know the answer off the top of your head, give it to me. If there are no comments on the video with the answer before the next week, if you want to put it in there, you want to Google it, feel free to. But I will be giving you guys the answer in the end of the next week's episode, and I'll be asking you new questions. So let's start this week with the first trivia question. The first trivia question is, Kia is a car manufacturer from what country? You have four choices: Thailand, Japan, South Korea, or China. So tune in next week, guys, and you can find out what the answer to that is and what next week's question is going to be. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. We will be getting back to Dodgey here. I'm going to be working on a battery box. We've got some brake calipers to paint and put on. Brake lines to run. You know what? Let's be honest. There's a lot of work to do. Don't worry. There'll be tons of Dodgey content. It's coming. I've just been saving up some money for some parts and pieces. So make sure you guys don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. I'll catch up with you next time. Find out how fast we can make this car go.